What's up, everyone? We're here with Dae Han Hardesty, and he's bringing us another deck profile.
Yeah, we're bringing back Old Reliable, the Eddie St. Hilaire special. All right, so we got Dark Broly deck profile. This one's gonna be a little bit different. So everybody should know what Dark Broly does. Obviously, it's just look at top 5, put your 3 back, put your 3 back there. All right, you guys can look up what a Dark Broly does. If you want, you can skip towards the end of the video, and I'm gonna have the entire deck sprayed out, and we'll have it like a big panoramic. All right, for starters, we're gonna go through like basic Dark Broly stuff and 30Ks. Now we only got one, Brainwash No More. Most people already play around this card, and it's just an additional 30K for you to dump. Honestly, I enjoy putting this in the grave because then I always leave one man open whenever I play this deck. So everybody thinks it represents this, and they play around it.
Gotta respect it. You gotta respect it.
And sometimes I do have it, and it just blows them out. But you only really need one, especially if you mill the one, then everybody starts playing around if you hold up a mana open. We got the 2 Heartfelts in the deck. It's 2 free. If you can get it off, it's good. If not, you just either combo it away or you just bottom deck with your Vegeta Super combo. So it's worth the 2 slots for when it pops off onto the red one. Other basic Dark Broly stuff, we got 3 Demigras. When he's good, he's great. If not, he's just a 30K for you to pump away. And it's just really in slower grinding matchups, you really want to use them. If not, you're spamming out your Dark Brolys overall. And for our Dark Broly lineups, we got 2 Blocker. We got 1 new one, which I'll explain later what he does. We got 3 Reds. We got 4 Warp Boys, the Ravagers, and then we have 3 of the SR that warps on board. So the reason why we go in this Dark Broly lineup, and the 4 1-drops. I'll probably put this over here to make it easier.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Besides them all being 30Ks, right, for the deck, this helps with the board clear. This is just something to do proactively. When I play this deck, I mostly play reactively because I want my opponent to build a board state first. So I rip apart their entire board and I just attack them with 30Ks. It expends their resources, while this one also gives me something to do while they don't really do much, and just attack hand. And graveyard interactions are nice, and sometimes you can turn off Sparking. It's like Vegex when they have 5 open, you want to rip off the Sparking to 4 so they can't Power Burst take a life. You only need 3 red. I don't really ever use the Evolve 2. Most of the time I'll usually ball out the red one through the 1-drop, but it's only for Heartfelt turn and sometimes crit. You can use this, ball him out or overwhelm if you really want to, and then put the red on top. If that's the correct line of play at that moment, then go for it. If not, this one's in here for the later mid game when you use the 1-drop and you ball out the 6-drop out from grave or deck, and then you can swing, and every turn he just refills your graveyard for 1 mana to summon another Dark Broly. It's just a play extender. All right, put this back over. And from there, that's for the most part all the Dark Brolys you actually need to play. You got 3 Toas. This is more my optimal turn 1 play, is actually to play Toa to set up. Like I said, I don't really like going turn 1 Broly Ball because then I only have 3 cards in it while you just ripped out 1. It's like, congratulations for me. Since I'm not playing this deck super aggressive, I'm playing more mid-range, control-esque, and just try to grind my opponent at resources. Now this is where the new spice, or if you want to call it spice, people were playing gravies before, right? But now we have super gravies in a way. So you play 30K SS4 Vegeta and a 30K SS4 Goku. They're both Xeno types, so they're both go with the Gogeta Xenos, which we'll show in a second. This one's the best one to play overall because sometimes you do want to use the overwhelm to pick up a card out of your warp, like a Kai Negate or the Gogeta Xeno I'm about to show. And then this is the best Vegeta, just overwhelm, and has like the most impact if you need it to be.
Matching numbers.
And also, matching numbers for Union Fusion. So we got 3 Gogeta Fearless Fusion. This is where the deck comes in handy, why I want to play more mid-range, because I'm keeping board clear constant between this card, and my placeholders for the other TP Gogetas, which we're getting later. Between these 3 cards, your opponent can't keep a board. It's just impossible, especially like it's King Piccolo. Like this will warp Great, or Piano, this will warp any other battle cards. This warps Drum. Like that's so important on top of being a blocker. The other double-edged thing that these cards apply to, besides just being insanely good removal and cheap, efficient bodies, is that every time you summon your Dark Brolys, you selectively warp what you want out of your graveyard. So you just warp these 2 each time. You warp them, summon your Dark Broly, activate this, put the 2 back, activate Leader. You already just put back 5 cards after warping 6. Like that's what I'm saying. Like these are super gravies. People used to run gravy board, combo one, put back 2 back from board. Well,
And you
now-
crack a card on board, you already have 6 back.
Exactly. And it's like, and even if like when I play against Dev and then he blows this up with a Frieza, it's like, okay, now I have 6 and drop. Like this just became a 1 mana gravy. Yeah, it's kind of worse, but it's still in your favor. You're getting resources
worse, man.
It's just resources back in your favor, honestly. Secret rare choice. I usually either hold up 1 or 2 mana in the late games because I just feel way too defensive to play all my guys for free or cheap. So this one, it's mainly to play against Mecha Frieza. You try to interrupt their 12 count. You can play. Oh, where did I put them? Oh no! We were originally playing this. We were playing Rebello. You can do either one. If you play Rebello, you put one of these in because she's like one of the better cards to revive. So you cut one of these Gokus out. But either one's fine. I usually get to turn 4 anyways, so she's always live. This is live a lot sooner and whenever, and you can interrupt your opponent's turn. It's whichever one you feel is better for your meta. Like we have a little bit more mecha, so I'm gonna need this to interrupt their play line, so I don't just get Cell Xeno'd. But if you're playing against like other control decks, other mid-range decks, this will just give you too many resources and too much value to where it basically just wins you the game on the spot between reviving a Demigra, a Vegeta, this Goku, a Gogeta, or you can revive him and then you just start using his effect to put stuff back to keep swarming board. She gives you options to play through different lines. But for now, we're sticking with Heroine's lineage just because it's a better control option.
Both are very viable in their own rights, though.
It's just pick and choose your meta call. We go 3 ball. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of Broly Ball 1, go to 3 cards, hand, revive, make a Ravager.
Yeah.
Like, it's too neg for me. This is mostly like play extender, cheap play extender for like 1 mana. If I bend him and like these 2, selective mill or selective warping, banish those, do this, Broly, play a Gogeta. Power turn. Other than that, you just get out your red 1. I don't really evolve. I think it's too costly most of the time, and the crit's not worth it to play the red. So I just go Broly, Ball, red, Heartfelt.
Yeah, and they might even have the option of just not critting the life, and you have enough removal anyways, so you don't really care about the removing board with the effect.
Now this is the one, like, this is a 53 card deck. You can go up to 54 and play 2 Champa. I only play 1 Champa because I usually just win off of attrition, but I know most people do like just slamming Champas. Also, this is really good to help remove unisons. Just put it on a 30k, it doesn't really matter. Now, one of the most important cards in this deck is this Negate, the Kai Negate. Too good, too good. This is actually the reason why you always hold up a mana open, because you're always removing your opponent's board. So, with them having no board, they always have to commit more things to board. This Negate will basically shut off their pressure and also blank their card and comes back. It comes back, what skills negated, that's fine. It's in active mode. Yeah, you can't punch it, but you have so much spot removal that it doesn't even matter. So you just keep clearing their board off and applying chip pressure constantly. She buys way too much time and can just like interact with cards in ways your opponents don't want them to. So I know most people, especially those playing 4 Vegeta Super Combo, would want to play the Goku 1-drop that goes with 5k Union Fusion. You can do that. It's in the sideboard for like Blue Baby, anybody like super negate heavy where it's really good. But across the meta, the BMS still hits more things and hedges the mecha matchup, which is arguably one of the worst ones for this deck. So I'll take that and the chance I bin or combo one of these off over just comboing off the Goku True Fighting Spirit.
Yeah, because once you hit 1 Vegeta and 1 Goku, you already have it.
Yep.
Between the 1-drop and all your Brolys and leader effect, it's just impossible not to do it anymore. Unless your opponent sends a card from your drop. They run Burning Slash.
Why who going around Burning Slash?
Yeah, Burning Slash. Like, you already have it as soon as you see 1 of each. So there's I like the Mass Saiyan is relevant for, especially for the mecha matchup, like you said.
And that's pretty much the deck profile. I challenge anybody, like, try to help us find something to beat this. Help Dev, PM Dev if you got ideas.
Please.
Especially in the color
My
green.
King Cole deck is getting beat up.
This deck, if you play Magic, it just feels like Jund. There's 2-for-1s everything with minimal resources. And like I said, the worst matchup is just Mecha so far in playtesting.
And just tap out Cells,
Yeah, it just comes down to that. But if I play around it correctly, I just out pressure them still, and I can still win. Like, that feels somewhat 60-40 their favor. But everything else I can't think about is like 50-50 at worst.
But guys, this is it. Dark Broly. Everyone's on the Vegex train. Please stay on it. Don't get off and go to this deck. But if you want to have some fun, this deck is infinite value. Any shoutouts?
Oh, we got shoutouts to the G Alliance. What do we call it?
I guess it's G Alliance, yeah.
G Alliance, yeah. G Sports Gamers are the works. We're gonna have more deck profiles coming up
Card
soon.
guys.
Yeah, we are including them, aren't we?
Yeah, it is. Damn, bro. Cam and Craig will be so mad when they see this.
Cam, Craig, I say I love y'all.
But alright, guys, that'll do it. Here's that last overlay of the deck. Go ahead and give it a play. Check it out. Have a good one.